Keep the Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock.
Rock,
The Most High is my rock.
my rock, rock,
The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock.
rock, rock,
The Most High is my rock.
my rock,
The Most High is my rock. Yeah,
my
yeah,
rock,
yeah,
my
yeah.
rock.
The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing.
thank
It's
you.
pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you wanna fly or do you?
Keep the Bible on cop.
The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock.
Rock, rock,
The Most High is my rock.
my rock, rock,
The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock.
rock, rock,
The Most High is my rock.
my rock,
The
my
Most High
rock,
is my rock. Yeah,
my
yeah,
rock,
yeah,
my
yeah.
rock.
The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing.
thank
It's
you.
pagan, disdain, it's vain.
Address is 8524 South Brazel Boulevard, Houston, Texas, zip code 77071. Our class times and class days is Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m., Friday from 6 to 8, and Saturday SABBATH morning classes from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we got a school out in Virginia as well. The address out in Virginia is 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, zip code 23517. Class times is Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. as well. And then Saturday, they haven't started doing Saturday Shabbat morning class out there as of yet. But when they do, it'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. as well. We also got a school out in San Antonio and a school out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So hit us up. We'll give you the details of the schools out there as well. And we got the Feast of Hanukkah coming up. And that's on December the 19th. Again, Feast of Hanukkah is coming up, is on December the 19th, and it'll be from the 19th to the 26th. So definitely go and check that out. Definitely come through if you're in the Houston area, gather for the feast day. And we also do the kids class on Saturdays, and it starts at 2:30 p.m. and we do it right here in Houston. And there's also plenty of pre-recorded kids classes on the ISBHBK Kids YouTube channel, so definitely check that out. Those are for kids at 12 years old and under. And you can catch Mashaba doing the Blog Talk Radio out of Albuquerque and San Antonio. You can catch that at blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, and it's every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 9:30 a.m. And of course, if you'd like to get a garment made, you can always hop on Facebook and type in everything Israel wear, and you can order a nice garment. And the school department is also selling French shirts, so if you'd like some French shirts, the school department is selling them. And if you'd like to contact any of the priests, we got Priest Kazakia, his number is 281-707-2737. And Priest Klatazap, his number is 303-557-8979. And we ask also that you support our business at sweetambiance.com. Again, the business website is sweetambiance.com. Get you a nice scent. And if you'd like to send in any donations, you can go to Wells Fargo. You can send it to the Wells Fargo account, which is on the screen. Well, no, it's not on the screen. The Wells Fargo account at 101-580-6167. And the Google Wallet, you can also Google Wallet a donation as well at isbhbk@gmail.com. And That is it for the announcements. Cool. We'll go back to it.
All right, so this week we had a little technical difficulty, so we started the Sabbath ceremony without y'all. Hopefully y'all can catch it next week. We'll be all set up on time and everything like that. So we're gonna get right into the reading. We're starting at Genesis 28:1. And if y'all got any questions, actually, if you got them, if you're online, go ahead and put them in the YouTube chat, and we'll address your questions as they come in. If you have any questions on the topic, especially, go ahead and put those in. Or you could text. My number is 832-941-2443. Please text only, don't call. All right, during class, 832-941-2443. You can go ahead and text any questions you might have on the topic. If it's off the topic, go ahead and throw it in there either on text or the YouTube chat, and we'll go ahead and address your questions. Was that the only question we had in class, though, the one we did earlier? What you got? Did that answer yours?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Earlier, like last week, when y'all were doing one of the classes, Quatazap had mentioned that no sin was any different from other sin, but
Okay.
in the Bible there's sins that are like unto death. Could you give me some clarification on that?
Right, there's sins unto death, like if you committed adultery, right?
Right.
When you go to, was it Deuteronomy, is it 28? No, not 28. 22, right?
About the adultery?
Yeah.
I believe so.
But wouldn't that be a difference in sins?
To the Most High, there's no difference. See, there's different punishments, but to the Most High, there's no difference in whether you committed murder, or whether you committed talk back to your parents. Why? Because it's the mindset. We'll get there. Where you at?
It's we got Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read it real quick. It says, "If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die."
Right. So you commit adultery. You're a man sleeping with another man's wife. Y'all both get put to death. Especially if she didn't cry out. If you weren't raping her, if she was consenting to it, y'all both be put to death. If you're a woman sleeping outside your marriage, you get put to death. Y'all see that? So there were sins that were unto death. All right. If you were a child back talking your parents, right, and they would take you in front of they would take you to the priest, and they would declare that you were lazy and you were a drunkard and you basically were disrespectful to your parents, and then they would take you to the congregation and they would stone you with stones. You see that? So there were certain sins that were unto death. Yeah, the man that was collecting sticks on the Sabbath day because he wasn't in the congregation, he wasn't with the rest of the congregation, and he was collecting sticks more than likely for his own personal use to deal with at his own house, right? Put him to death. All right, so there were certain sins that was unto death. You get that? All right. Let me see. All right, we'll get to her too. Go to Jeremiah 17, verse 10.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10. I, the Most High, search the heart.
Right. See that? That's what he's looking at. And I'm going to give you some examples of why we're saying this. He said, I, the Most High, search the heart, search the mind. Right? Go ahead.
I try the reins.
I what?
I try the reins.
Right. He tests you out. He's the one that puts you through your trials, your tribulations, your tests, your and watches how you endure your temptations. Go ahead.
Even to give every man according to his ways.
To give every man according to his ways. So he judges you according to the way you operate, right? He judges you according to what's on your mind at the time. All right? Case in point, David committed adultery. Did he not? What did we just read about the punishment for adultery? Death. Now, as you read that story, there still ended up being death for the penalty, but it was the death of his firstborn instead of his death, right? Okay, but see, the thing is, when you read about David, you find out that the Most High basically didn't count that against him. That he was considered a righteous man. Why? Because the Most High tried the reins. Was that his entire track record? Was his entire heart like that? Or did he slip up and mess up?
Slipped up.
Right. You see that? So that's why in Proverbs, righteous man falls 7 times. That's why in Proverbs it tells you a righteous man, he'll fall 7 times, a complete number of times, and he'll get back up. Right? But the wicked, they fall to their mischief, meaning when they fall, the Most High don't have no pity on them because he sees their heart. He sees what their intentions are behind it. You understand? When you read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, it tells you about how the wicked think. How they just basically like, let's just burn through everything and do everything and do. Why? Because there ain't no God and there ain't no this, right? They don't care. So he don't care about them. So when they mess up, they get judged. Y'all see that? They get judged a certain way. Would the penalty still be the same? Like, listen, okay, you did this, death. Right? Might not be executed speedily, but you get that. Like we were talking about on the way here, me and the brother, that and the sister too. But I was telling them about when we first got here, how that dude was asleep on the Greyhound bus, and the dude next to him was sleeping, just woke up and reached over and stabbed him like 54 times. And they were complete strangers. Didn't know each other. He just got up, stabbed him 54 times, cut the dude's head off, pulled his head off, and started licking the neck part while he was running around the bus and all the other people was running off the bus. And, you know, the rest of the world, the news and everything, they'll be like, oh, that poor victim. That guy was crazy. What would drive a man to do that? But I ask, what would make the Most High do that to somebody?
That's true.
Yeah. What would make the Most High say that is the judgment on that person? Y'all see that? Because when we read Ecclesiastes 39:28, we already know there's spirits that the Most High sends out for vengeance. Right? So what would make the Most High say this man deserves to get stabbed 54 times, his head sawed off, and ran all over the bus while the dude's licking the stump? What was that man doing in his life that the Most High said that's his judgment?
Yeah. The Holy Spirit, probably.
Huh?
Probably blessed the Holy Spirit.
It might have been a number of things, man. You know what I mean? The Most High said he gives you according to your judgments. Matthew 7, right? He told you you judge not lest you be judged. For what you judge, that's what you're going to be judged with. So he might have been somebody that did that to somebody else. Y'all see that? Or he had that in his heart to do to somebody else. Either way, the Most High said his judgment was going to be that swift type of death. Y'all see that? That vicious kind of death. So, is there one sin greater than another? Nah, sin is like I used to say this when I was first teaching, but sin is like dog doo-doo, man. It don't matter if you step in a little bit or a big bit. It's still going to make the room smell like dog doo-doo, right?
That's true.
Right. Have you ever did that? You ever step in just like the corner of it? You come in the house, you like, damn, it smells like dog doo crap to here. Right? It don't matter if you stepped in the whole pile.
That's right.
When you come in, the whole room smell like that. Right? And it's the same thing with sin, man. That's why he said in Revelations, is it 18:4, her sins have reached up to heaven. Right? So let's go there real quick.
Revelations 18:4.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 4.
Because we know our prayers go up as a sweet savor, right? Our prayers go up as a sweet smell. But sin goes up like this. Read that.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins,
Uh-huh.
and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
See that? This place, America, her sins don't reach up to heaven, man. They sticking up the Most High's territory.
God.
Why? Because there's things done, which kind of touches on that other question from before class. There's things done here that are putting a bad stench on the Most High's name.
God.
This nation here takes the name of the Most High's name in vain like no other. They do things and say it's in the name of the Most High. They got it on their money. In God we trust. Right? But then they still lend with usury. Their money is usury. Their money is fake. It's lies. It's an unjust balance. Right? You give somebody $1, right? You think you're giving them actual money. No, you're giving them a promissory note that you owe them. You actually gave them a debt that you owe them money. Y'all see that? That's why they changed the writing on the money and say this is, it used to say this is legal tender for all debts, public and private. So you would actually be paying a debt. Now, it's not. It's not money. There's no gold backing it. So it's not even money that you're giving a person. You're giving them a bill, a debt, saying that you owe them.
That's why they keep pregnant. What?
Yeah, that's why they can keep printing it, because it ain't nothing but cotton. It ain't worth nothing. There's no gold backing it. They always tell you about, oh, I wouldn't do that for all the gold in Fort Knox. There ain't no gold in Fort Knox. They had to give that to the British years ago.
Yep.
America went bankrupt back in 1933. They ain't had no money ever. Y'all see that? They actually sold you as a payment for the debt that they owe Britain. That's why you got a social security number. That's why you got a model number and everything on your birth certificate.
Right.
You ain't nothing but a TV to them. And when you work, you're helping pay back America's debt to Britain and any other nation they owe money to. Y'all see that? But they got you thinking that you got people killing each other for this dollar. For whether it has a 1 or 100 on it, it's worth nothing.
People tattooing the whole $100 bill, Ben Franklin in their face.
Yeah. Like, bruh, that ain't even money. That's paper.
Yep.
Y'all see that?
That's the rappers, yeah.
But see, this is their sins that have reached up to heaven. In God we trust. But what God do you trust in? You got abortion clinics all over the earth. Every other block in America got an abortion clinic on it. How do you trust in the Most High? He said you shall not have your children pass through the fire to Molech. How do you trust in the Most High when you got people killing babies before they even come out the womb?
True.
Look it out.
That don't even make sense, right? Her sins have reached unto heaven. You got a church on, sometimes 2-3 churches on one block.
That's true.
God.
Right across the street from each other.
Yeah, and ain't none of them helping our people to do anything. You got sisters that done gave their whole life savings into the church and let her miss one payment out of her retirement fund. Let her miss one tithe out of her retirement fund. There was one church where the dude was actually suing the lady because she didn't pay her tithes. Like, come on, man.
Damn.
And then when they